Hello. Huh?
Otto, is now a good time? Now she's been better. Kai is making sure she gets the rest. Good. Any word on Kupka's movements?
Vivian's did what she can to try and track
क्या?
her, but she's feeding on scraps. We've sent owls out to the goods brokers
Ollie,
and our other
Ollie.
friends in the West, asking them to keep their eyes peeled for anything unusual.
मेरा भी.
No leads yet. But it's only a matter of time.
All right. Let me know when you find something.
There he is. All right, Clive. Still busy saving the world.
अब ये कौन आ गए?
Mid.
Mid.
When did you get back?
Just now.
Mid.
What about your studies?
देख रही हो still?
Since Hugo Kupka invaded Rosaria, all the camp is in uproar about it. He's gone mad. He's turned rogue. It'll be us next. You try concentrating with all of that.
All right, you win.
How long will you be staying this time?
Dunno. A while, most likely. Any road, while I'm here, I was hoping you could do us a favour.
Mid. You can't just expect me to...
Please, oblige her.
ए,
While we are busy tracking down Kupka, you should have a little time to spare.
Professor! Now there's a face I haven't seen in a while. Shouldn't you have it buried in a dusty old tome?
I did, till a familiar trill pricked my ears. As ever, your exuberance is a breath of fresh air, which successfully scattered the painstakingly assembled fragments of my thoughts.
I'll take that as a compliment. Well, Clive, you heard the professor. So, I'll meet you in the storeroom when you're done.
Wait, hold on. Breath of fresh air. Bloody tempest, more like. Oi, Otto, you got my gill? Huh? What are you on about? My fee for bringing Mid across. She said you were paying. That little...
The storeroom was it? I wonder what Mid's plotting.
I wonder why, I wonder how. Yesterday I told you about the blue, blue sky. It's all that I can see. It's just a little lemon tree. हालू हालू होता है प्यार सजना हालू हालू. हाँ
Shouldn't you be getting some rest, Sid? From what I heard.
Sid's gonna chop off Kupka's head this time.
Yeah, you won't like that. You took your time.
I'm a busy man, Mid.
I'll get to the point then. I want to turn the room down there into a workshop like the one I had at Dad's place.
Mid, you've only just come back.
And I've been thinking about it for a while. Dad said I had a knack for engineering, told me everything he knew about it, then sent me off to Canva to learn everything he didn't. That was his dream for me, that one day I'd put my studies to use for the good of the cause. But I'm helping no one stuck at school. I've studied enough. It's time I put my knack to work. I know that I can help the people here, and I want to do it.
Well, well, well. If Sid could see you now. All right? I'll tell Otto you'll be staying.
I knew you'd say yes. Which is why I wrote up a list of jobs for you.
For me?
Who else?
What do you want me to do?
First things first, I need equipment and materials to start making my own. There's the designs for the stuff I need, and the stuff it needs smithing from. The other materials I can work myself. Just need a generous benefactor to lay them on for me. Apart from the wood, I'll need a carpenter for that, but I can just...
Is that everything?
For now.
Where to start? Materials and tools. That means Karen. Blackthorn.
You were born in Rosalith, weren't you? Must be hard. How's it coming along?
Nearly there.
Blackthorn.
What does it look like?
I have a commission for you. She requires certain tools. Do you think you can make them?
Bloody hell. What's she planning to build with this stuff? An airship? I'll see what I can do. Tell her I'll bring them over when I'm done. If I ever am.
My thanks.
Was wondering where you'd got to. Mid's back from Canva. Have you seen her?
Just now. She's planning to set up a workshop in the stores and ask me. Here's the list. Think you can find everything on there?
This lot.
Excellent. As for payment...
It's paid. 100 times over by what that girl's done for us. If it weren't for her filters, we'd have naught to drink but blight water, and that would have drained the life out of us long ago.
Indeed it would.
I'll send the stuff on to Mid when it comes in.
Thank you, Karen. That just leaves the carpenter. Let's see if Bardolph's available.
Jill looked white as a sheet when we brought her back.
Could do with a good oil in this, could?
Should be enough to keep... How do, Master Sid?
Bardolph. Mid's looking to build a workshop in the storeroom, and she needs the aid of a skilled so naturally I thought of you.
Well, I'd love to help the young miss however I can, but I'm afraid I got my hands full just keeping this place afloat. I'd gladly spare Mid all the... It don't have to be me, though, does it? What about that other feller? You know, the one over at Martha's Rest. But...
That's right. And I'll ask Martha if she can spare him.
Clive, what brings you to the Rest?
Our home finds itself in need of an extra carpenter. I wondered if I might be able...
I don't mind if he don't. We're all friends here, ain't we?
Thank you, Martha. Do you know where I might...
He went up to Cressida on business. No, as far as I know, he's...
I'll look from there, then.
Stay sharp.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Hi. If it ain't the lad who saved my life. What?
You do, Bernard. Martha said I might find you here.
Oh. Building a workshop, you say? Well, that beats tacking boards to bridges, sure enough. And if Martha didn't mind me being gone a while, then neither did I.
Of course.
Well, that there is Cressida, where I grew up. Ain't much left of it now, though. Except my parents' graves. But I came up here hoping to visit. I even patched up the bridge to get across. Only to find the place crawling with fiends. But you're a dab hand when it comes to dealing with
It's the least I can do.
Well, thank you.
This shouldn't take long.
That should do it.
You made short work of that. Thank you, son. Now my folks can rest in peace.
How long is it since the village was...
Oh, people started packing their things after the duchy fell. Between the Blight and the Imperials, you just could... Must be nigh on a decade since the last wagon left. Oh, it may as well have been a century, looking at the place.
I'm sorry.
Ah, don't be. Can't live in the past. Soon as I'm done saying a prayer for those that raised me, it's on to your hideaway. I'll meet you there.
That should take care of Mid's little list. Better head back before she thinks of anything else.
Hello, hello, YouTube mic testing. Hello, 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 hello.
The Litlands have been up to their old tricks again.
नहीं चल रहा क्या? हैं? कहाँ पर हो तुम अभी?
And how may I assist you today? How may I help you today? I have the details here. Very good.
Shouldn't you be getting some rest soon? From what I heard.
All right, Clive? You've all done then?
I am. I've placed your various orders, and a carpenter by the name of Bernard is on his way from Arthur's Rest.
That's brilliant. Thanks, Clive.
Is there... anything else you need?
Nope. Blackthorn and Lady Karen have already sent over everything I asked for, and I've got all my plans drawn up. So as soon as Bernard gets here, we can get to work. I can't wait.
That's my good deed for the day done. Let's see how Jill's faring.
Ah, Clive.
Talia. How's Jill?
Recovering, but she...
Of course. Take good care of her, won't you?
I'll do my best. Oh, Gav was looking for you. He said he had something to show you in the shelf.
The shelves. Ah, that's right. He went to ask Harpocrates about Torgor. He must have found something. You have the look of a man with the twins upon his shoulders, Rodrigue.
Talia has tasked me with removing a Cursebreaker's brand. But it's my first time and I don't think I can do it. I'm afraid of what happens if I fail. You survived, I know, but there as many die as recover. Is it really worth the risk?
You don't need me to answer that. You know full well what we're fighting for. I hope as much as you that one day bearers can walk among others as equals. But until that day, a brand is a burden, and we must lift that burden in order to go undetected. The operation may be dangerous, but it's also essential.
I know. I still wish there were, but griping about my lot helps no one.
I know you will.
Unfortunately, the first thing that needs doing is the preparation of a draft. Something I can't do with the infirmary's ammonia supply so low.
Just tell me what you need.
You'll go. No one knows, unfortunately.
Yeah. What's everyone whispering about?
Haven't you heard? Mid's back. Things are about to get interesting around here.
The little uns have been up to their old tricks again. Drawing on the deck in this...
Do you have a moment, Sid? A team of Cursebreakers has gone missing.
Which team?
Coles. They were sent to liberate a carriage of bearers before they could be smuggled. They were moving in for their assault when the carriage... A Cursebreaker managed to release a Stolas amid the confusion. They should be back by now, but I can't help but worry that...
They know the work is dangerous.
But what if I've got them all killed? Before they go out, I always remind them why we're doing this. What they escaped. But I never really thought how my words might have...
I'll go and find them.
Thank you, Sid. The plan was to intercept the slaver somewhere in the Dragon's area.
That should be enough to go on. If they were there, Torgor would... Straight home now. Fly, Ambrosi. wait. The river was easy enough to find. Now for those herbs. This is the only plant around here with blue flowers. I hope it's the right one. Should be enough to keep the infirmary stocked for a while.
Slavers don't even bother.
Good girl.
Fly, Ambrosia. Get me back on my feet. I'll tear those bastards.
Cole, I'm glad you were...
Just about. Sid, if you don't mind me asking, what are you doing here?
Doris sent me to find you. She hasn't heard anything since the attack.
I sent a runner to the Dame in Northreach. The hideaway should have learned of our survival yet.
Well, I'm here now.
Only some. The rest locked themselves in the slaver's carriage rather than fleeing when they had the chance. I want to help them, Sid. But we're barely in any state to protect those few we did save.
You made the right decision. Now what?
The goblins may...
You have duties to attend to.
All right. And please...
I won't let that.
Thank you.
Don't thank me. They're trying to get into the carriage. friend. Are there any more? Why didn't you flee with the others? If the goblins had...
Why should we run? One miserable death's no worse.
Perhaps. But we're here to give you enough freedom, safety, the life you've been denied.
Sid, I couldn't just let you...
This man risked his life to save yours.
Fine. Do with us what you will.
What we'll do with you is take you to safety. After that, it's up to you.
You can leave the rest to us, Sid. We'll get everyone back to the...
Thank you. I'll let... You deserve a rest.
The little uns have been up to their old tricks again.
Sid, welcome back. If I'd... Or maybe I wouldn't.
Cole and the other...
No. What kind of I should have urged greater caution, told...
We swore the same oath as you, Doc.
It's good to see you safe and well, Cole.
With all due respect, we Cursebreakers don't risk our lives because you commanded of us. We risk them because no one with doubts ever joins our ranks. The agony of removing the brand more than sees to that.
We all know how much bravery that takes.
Cole, I never doubted your courage. Only my ability to see it put to good use. Thank you for your faith in me. I sometimes wonder if I might prefer to risk death, but I'm a Cursebreaker. I swore an oath.
You will.
I hope you didn't have to...
Only the usual.
Oh,
You'll do fine. Talia trusts you.
thank you. I'm sorry. The brand is more than just ink on flesh. It's a death sentence. Milk of the wyvern tail lurking just below the surface of the skin. One ill-conceived incision. A single slip. And the poison, and even success means tremendous. I became a physicker to help people.
Cursebreakers lead hard lives. They toil in the shadows, and yet we never won for volunteers.
Conviction?
They're willing to fight. To give... I know your work isn't easy. But neither is
It's natural for a patient to feel like they're suffering. Thank you.
Here, what's everyone whispering about?
Jill looked white as a sheet when they brought her back.
What do you need? What do you want? No scratches, all right? Not bad, if I do say so myself. Anything else?
Well, don't just stand there gawping. Go on, then. You're rubbing me blind, you know. You'll not find a better price than that. Finished, are you?
Clive, where have you been? I've been wanting to ask you something about Torgal. Where did you get him, like, in the first place?
My father brought him back from one of his expeditions into the Northern Territories. They were crossing a snowfield when they heard his cries, and, seeing no sign of his pack, they took him in.
What do you reckon, Torms?
It certainly adds weight to the theory. Clive, I believe that Torgal may be no mere hound, but a rare frostwolf, an animal native to the far northern reaches of Valisthea. In one of our oldest bestiaries, I found reference to a frostwolf who served as guardian to an ancient queen of the north. Such was his mastery over ether, he could cast magics on command. His name was Fenrir.
Fenrir the Frostwolf.
Now, the annals do not state it explicitly, but I have reason to believe this queen was a dominant of Shiva, a girl from the Northern Territories and her faithful hound. One awakens as the dominant of Shiva, and the other?
You're saying that Jill granted Torgal his powers?
What?
Just like Fenrir. People called him my hound, but Torgal and Jill were inseparable. He grew up as a faithful companion to the dominant of Shiva, and years later, his powers awakened, just when his master needed him the most.
You're right. If it weren't for Torgal blasting those bastards to Kingdom Come, Jill would have been...
Quite. Though Torgal's power his latent birthright as a frostwolf, it had only to be unlocked.
Oh, get you, Torgal!
You're an even finer hound than we thought.
And regarding your original concern, you need not fear for Torgal's health. Why, the beast has the appetite of a behemoth. Just this very morn, I found him with his nose buried in my nuts.
There you are! I've been looking everywhere for you. Bernard's here. I need you to introduce us so we can get to work.
I shall be a moment. It is.
Well, I couldn't have done it without you. You and everyone else. But I promise I'll pay you back. I'm gonna work my fingers to the bone for you lot. Just you wait. I'll make wonders like this world's never...
Then I look forward to seeing them. Now that that's settled, I wonder if Vivian's made any progress tracking down Kupka.
I wish Miss Midador would let us help her with her dungeoneering. I wonder what she's going to dungeoneer next.
Let's go and ask her.
I think I'll wait till Mid's away to take a tour of her.
Blackthorn may be the manliest of men, but he does lack a certain tenderness. Goots, meanwhile, is as burly as a behemoth, but as innocent as a babe in arms. Blackthorn may be the manliest of men, but he does lack a certain tenderness.
How goes the hunt for Kupka?
Largely encircled. We have myriad sightings of strange soldiers in unexpected... If only we knew for certain by what route he left.
Well, if anyone can piece this puzzle together, it's you. And I'm willing to...
What? Here?
Would that be a problem?
Do you know, Clive, I believe it a mercy that you didn't inherit your father's throne. Your poor people would surely live in fear of you.
You have nothing to worry about on that front. I won't be claiming his crown.
Clive, have you got a minute? We, have a guest.
A guest?
For your trouble. It was a pleasure, in hindsight.
Uncle Byron?
Clive, my boy! Tap a cask and stoke the ovens, for your favourite uncle is here!
The Dalmekian government sues for peace. How shall we respond?
If they're willing to accept their fault in the matter, I see no reason to refuse them.
Still, we must insist on substantial reparations. The Twinside stores are not as bottomless as reported.
Aye, and we have many more mouths to feed. We shall just have to have the Dalmecs empty their treasuries for us.
Of course, none of this would have been possible without your timely intervention, Prince Olivier.
Indeed, I doubt any of us would have had the courage to trade words with the mighty Titan, nor less the wit to win him over.
The Empire owes you a great debt.
May the blessing of the crystals go with you, Your Highness.
May the blessing of the crystals go with you.
Very good.
Now, let us come to the question of precisely when the Dalmecs will withdraw their troops.
Dion's fire could rid us of them in mere moments. The men of the Fist will not withdraw until a peace treaty is concluded. So let us keep the negotiations open, give them time to gather what gold and trinkets they can, and once they deliver that which we demand, what worth is a piece of parchment?
Your Radiance, were Prince Dion to take the field, the enemy would surely send their own dominant to meet him. And while His Highness would of course prevail, there would be heavy losses on both.
You need not fear Hugo Kupka. He is engaged on the Western Front. Even were the Dalmex to send for him, he would not arrive in time. As much as I would enjoy witnessing a clash between Bahamut and Titan, it is not to be.
And what of your subjects, your Radiance? If the fighting spread to the city proper, the people would bear the brunt of it.
There will be losses, it is true. Yet for every citizen who falls, another can be bred. For every home that burns, another can be built. The Empire will live on. Dion?
Yes, sire.
Prepare for battle.
But sire...
Do not make me repeat myself. Return to your camp and await my orders.
If that is your wish, your Radiance, I shall depart at once. May Gregor forgive you.
What do the astrologers augur?
The stars are in agreement, Your Radiance. The shadow of treachery hangs over Prince Dion.
So Annabella's tales were true. You disappoint me, Dion.
What on earth is Uncle Byron doing here? Only one way to find out.
The little uns have been up to their old...
It's just one thing after another around here.
Ah, my dear nephew.
How did you...
Through the good offices of young Sir Wade. He really is the most... As are you, I hear. The Guardians and those they freed tell the most outlandish tales of your... Which is why I came. To learn the full truth.
You were working with the Guardians of the Flame to evacuate the people of Rosaleth de Portisol?
I was.
Then I have questions for you. Please.
Gladly. You there? There are 2,000 gold talents in those chests. See that they're added to my nephew's coffers, would you?
2,000?
And I'm afraid...
A fleet sailing south past Port Isolde.
Forgive me for not being able to tell you more. I hadn't the faintest idea Kupka withdrew wounded from Rosalith. Still less that my own nephew dealt the decisive...
What do you think, Vivian?
I think, with this news of the Dalmekian fleet and recent reports of the Royalists' movements, that the final piece of the puzzle has fallen. Come here and I'll show you. It is known that Kupka's forces entered Rosaria via its unguarded coast. So can the same be said of your visitors from Waloed? Certainly her Royal Navy is famed for the efficiency with which it bears her knights from one battlefield to the next. And in the Einherjar, or Black Galleon, she boasts a vessel nigh as swift and every bit as feared as the kingdom's legendary cavalry. A fitting flagship for a land apart, her naval presence being crucial to her ambitions beyond Ash. Yes, it seems safe to assume that the Royalists did indeed enter Rosaria from the sea. So then, had you a vested interest in Titan's survival, whither would you take him? Why, home to Drake's Fang, a place rich enough in ether to conjure the magics needed to mend his hurts. But would that not entail an arduous voyage around the southern cape? Let us say that the Royalists did put ashore with a mind to spirit Kupka away from under your very nose. Could that truly have been their plan for him? To load him aboard one of the ships flying Republican colors sighted off the coast near Port Isolde? To spend weeks at sea, being tossed hither and yon by unforgiving waves, his life hanging in the balance? No. The journey would mean Titan's death, and Kupka's faithful creatures would not allow it. So what then was the plan of our Waluda friends? Reports suggest they made not for the coast, but for the desert. And by cutting through the Velcroy, a party traveling light would have Titan back in his bed days before a galley could lurch into port. To wit, it was the Royalists, not the Republicans, who effected Hugo Kupka's safe retreat. I would stake your life on it.
So it was the Waludas who spirited the wretch away. Now I think about it, there was something a little strange about the ships I saw. The men seemed almost crestfallen, as if in mourning, as if they believed, or were made to believe, that their master was dead.
You have a keen mind, Lord Rosfield. And you have your answer. To find Kupka, you have merely to follow the Royalist trail across the Velcroy. It may well have gone cold by now, but as they say in the Republic, all roads lead to Drake's Fang.
Allow me to accompany you part of the way. As luck would have it, I had intended to journey Canberward on business after visiting you here. The Fang would be but a short detour.
I'd be glad of the company. Give me a moment to make ready. I need to tell my friends what we've learned, and where we're going.
Very well, but be quick about it, my boy. Time waits for no man.
Lid's finished outfitting her little workshop, I hear. With a little help from Sid, of course.
Otto, Kupka's at Drake's Fang. I'll be leaving before...
You're not going in there alone, are you?
Don't worry. I'm not going there to destroy the Mother Crystal. All I'm after, I won't risk any more than I have to.
The Lancer and the Fang are all Kupka's person. You have any trouble on the way, you ask for Rosina Dalamil. Some call her the Desert Hare.
Who is she?
An old associate of Sid's. And only Sid's. All I know is the name, and that they used to meet at the Dalamil Inn. We've heard nothing from her since he died. But I'm thinking maybe the new Sid might be able...
Thanks.
So, what about your uncle? I mean, he's well...
Don't look so worried. He'll be coming with me.
Thank fuck for that.
Gav, Otto, I'm leaving you. You can count on her. All right, Uncle. I'm ready to depart. Shall we?
We shall. Come, let us away to adventure. I was a young man when last I walked this path. There's an old trading post not far from here. The road to Drake's Fang leads through it.
The trading post it is.
Our destination lies over that dune, beyond the ruins. Mark 'em well, Clive. It's all too easy to lose one's bearings in the sands. Many years ago, when you were just a boy, you and I rode this way together, accompanying your father on a scouting expedition to Drake's Fang.
He let me come with you.
I'm not surprised you don't remember. It was just before Joshua was born. You were so eager to be there when your brother arrived that you whipped your chocobo too hard on the journey home and fell from the saddle. I shall never forget how Elwyn fussed over you as you sat in the sand, bawling like a babe.
Who do you think those soldiers were?
So, Lord Cook.
Ah, there she is. The good old Dalamil Inn. Do you know, this heat has given me quite a thirst. Quick drink before we press on?
Look, there. Those are Ashen steeds. No doubt about it.
And such a long ride from Stonehere. Our Waluda friends must be soothing their saddle sores in the inn. Shall we join them? Run along and play now, Torgal. Dogs aren't allowed inside.
day to you. Eating?
Sorry about my pal. He only talks when his mouth's full. What do you recommend?
Well, if you're after something light, we do a fine chocobo soup with lentils and honey.
2 bowls of that, then. An ale.
Right you are.
Hey, girl!
Coming!
Your pal? Would you rather be my squire?
Your Grace, it is plain you are not yet well enough to travel. If you would only let me take you to someone who can better attend to your ills.
No, we must press on. Prince Dion has returned to his camp and will soon depart for the front. I must speak with him at all costs. Miss this chance and I may never get another. You do understand that?
Yes, Your Grace. But you must at least agree to take your medicine. I'll fetch you some water.
Keep watch, they tell us. But all I see is sand.
I hear they got our guest back to the Fang without any trouble. We'll be leaving soon enough.
Why the Lord Commander dragged us all this way just to save that blockhead skin, I'll never know. Dominant or not, he's a bloody idiot.
That'll be Cooker, then.
Well, let's get this down us. We've a long way to go.
Hey, you.
Uncle?
Sorry.
Can you walk, Your Grace?
What's wrong?
I fear trouble may be brewing downstairs.
You two are travelers, are you not? Me and my companions are strangers here. Perhaps you'd be good enough to accompany us a while. Help us find our way.
Sorry, lads, but we've got business in camera that can't wait.
Ah, I'm sure you could spare us an hour or two.
Come on.
Friend.
I'm afraid we don't have a moment to lose. Friend. Stay back, Uncle.
Gladly.
Yanko, take you!
Try it.
Bravo, my boy! Just like that!
So far from home.
For your trouble. Word of advice, miss. That soup could do with a touch more salt.
Now's our chance. Your Grace?
I'm fine.
Clive? What is it now?
It's nothing. Let's go.
Well, we didn't know where to find Kupka before. We do now.
The Royalists said it themselves. Their guest is in the Fang. We should press on before any more of their friends.
Ah, they've closed the road. And it's the only way from here to the Fang. It would seem Lord Kupka is not accepting visitors.
We have to get through that gate.
Not by force, I trust.
By guile, then. Perhaps the Desert Hare can offer us her aid.
Rosina Dalamil, woman of mystery. But how will we find her?
And that she was working with Sid. Sid's other collaborators have all been people of means. The wealthiest and most successful members of their community. I'll wager this Rosina Dalamil is the same.
That would certainly help to narrow the search. We need only inquire as to who is in charge.
And that's exactly what I mean to do.
Looks like we won't be getting back to Drake's Fang anytime soon.
Light it, for Gilbert's sake. You're a bearer, aren't you?
Anything I can help you? Allow me. My good man, we represent one of the oldest and greatest trading houses of Port Isolde. We're seeking to expand our business in the region and would very much like to make the acquaintance of Dalamil's leading entrepreneurs. If only we knew...
Well, we're best known for our baths, our markets and our smithies. I suppose...
Thank you. Oh, you wouldn't happen to know a lady...
No.
Well...
What do you want? Can't you see I'm busy?
I won't keep you long. I'm looking for someone. A woman by the name of Rosina...
Never heard of her.
One more question. If I wanted to find the richest trader in town... Well...
Oh, that's easy. The Briar's Kiss. Won't find a finer smithy this side of the strait. The owner's only a young sprig.
The Briar's Kiss, you say?
I doubt this young sprig is the person we're looking for. You said Sid's contact was likely to be an influential sort. Influence comes with age and experience. Believe you me.
Can I help you?
Yes, I'm looking for a woman by the name of a long-standing pillar of your community.
Then you should ask further. He's been here for years. Try the baths.
Thank you. Well, it sounds like we have our man.
Perhaps. Let's go and find out exactly what this Furder knows.
Wait, incense! What?
Excuse me.
I am.
I hope so. You've lived here for some... You know Rosina Dalamil?
And what business do you...
She was a close friend of mine. I was hoping she might be able to help.
Very well. Go to the bordello.
Do you think we can trust him?
Only as far as I think he trusts.
So you're the ones who've been sniffing around?
I beg your pardon?
Don't play the fool. Stick your nose in our business and you're likely to lose it. Titan! Who are you working for? He wanted us to test...
Though one could hardly call that.
Lord Ferda?
Look what the cat dragged in.
Your skill with the blade is rare indeed. A fitting talent for an...
You know who I am. So what now? Call in the men of the Rock and collect the...
That isn't my decision. Our work is done. Take him to meet his precious Rosina. She will be interested.
Yet. To the Lock of Leisure, then.
To the Lock of Leisure.
Lights and pots! Clothes and...
Kneaded to a silken softness, like eating a cloud with a crust.
The most fragrant herbs
My
and spices.
carpets have...
Is this the place?
Lubo's Forge. The Briar's Kit.
So it was the Youngs. So much for Rosina Dalamil being a woman of experience.
It was an easy mistake to make, Uncle. After all, it must have been years since Sid last saw her. Sorry. Whoever this Lubor truly is, he's clearly a man of means.
See that he gets it. Lubor, Lord Ferda told me to bring them to you.
My boys tell me you're in need of assistance. Sid the Second.
I won't waste your time. I need passage through the south gate.
Tell me, what do you think is a merchant's most important commodity? Why, trust. Everyone knows that. Without it, you have nothing. And nothing is exactly what you have. And so, for you, I, too, have nothing. I'm not in the business of helping every lost puppy that wanders in off the street. I'm a busy man, as you can see.
Let's leave this mummer to his farce.
By all means. Find someone else to help you on your way. Just be sure to tell them you're not the two travelers from the inn the guards are looking for. Don't want them jumping to conclusions, do we?
Why, you...
So, what do we need to do to earn your trust?
I like this one. Willing to do whatever it takes to get what he wants. Ha! Men like you have a special place in my heart. Why, you ask? Because they get me what I want. Always.
Fine. So
don't tell me you're going to listen to this swaggering...
We might as well hear him out. It's only natural that an ally of Sid's would seek assurances of strength. Assuming he is an ally, of course. 5 years ago, he would have still been...
And yet even then I had more good sense than a man... 5 times? But enough of the pleasantries. I want you to put an end to the trouble in Dalamil. Return to me when you have done so, and you shall have my aid.
What trouble? If you're going to give us orders, be...
Manners, Greybeard. One catches more damselflies with honey than with vinegar.
What?
My apologies. Follow the crystals. Oh, but that was 3. Oh, I'm making this...
Ha! It will be easy. Solving his... Let us divide our forces, Clive.
I thought we were the only ones causing trouble in Dalamil. Excuse me.
You've heard?
I've heard rumours.
Damn thief. Pilfering the crystals that us common folk have hardly had a shot. And it isn't as if we can buy them on the black market either.
Do you have a moment?
Depends what.
Just a question. Dalamil seems to be thriving compared to the other villages I came through on the way.
Well, we're a stone's throw from Drake's Fang. For the soldiers guarding the Mother Crystal and the shipments need a place to spend. The men of the Rock throw them.
Is that so?
Juiciest meat from Green's Redburn. You wouldn't believe how much he gave me.
What can I do for you, soldier? Need that sword polishing?
I'm not a soldier.
Ugh, then be off with you. I serve the men of the Rock and the men of the Rock only.
You have an agreement?
Don't be stupid. I just know which side my bread is buttered. Don't want to be stuck under some pauper when they come knocking. With pockets deeper than Zemeckis and an urge to him. No, just leave, will you? Before you scare them off.
I think I'm starting to get an idea of what's been going on. I wonder if Uncle Byron's learned anything of use. He'll probably be back at the inn by now.
What was all that crashing and banging about before?
It's you. The one who broke. What do you want? Haven't you caused enough trouble already?
I'm looking for my pal.
The gentleman who was with you? Yes.
Thank you. I'll go and fetch him. Huh?
Will this suffice? By the sands. That's a black... One of the many treasures in my collection that I would be only too happy...
All right. But not... What are you doing, Uncle? Care to explain why you're giving gifts to Kupka's men?
Bait, my boy. One cannot catch one's prey. And I do believe I've snagged us quite the quarry. I started by asking around the markets as to where I might purchase. I had no luck, of course. It's forbidden to trade. But my uncharacteristic indiscretion just happened to attract the attention of those They took me aside and said they could procure the crystallized sword.
So the pearl was your proof?
I thought they'd asked for more. A second-rate specimen like that would only fetch 500,000 or so. A small price to pay for admittance to... But enough about my little...
That the supply of crystals has dried up of late. And some people seem to think that... Meanwhile, members of Kupka's private guard have been spending money. I'll wager those soldiers you've been talking to have been siphoning off crystals.
I'll wager you're right.
We'll meet with them then. And put an end to the trouble, Lubor.
Ha! That It just goes to show one should never underestimate a Rosfield. We'll soon wipe that. I arranged to meet with the soldiers in a secluded corner of the Velcroy. Far from prying eyes.
The perfect place for a spot of double dealing.
I trust I can count on your support if things turn sour.
Of course. Men of the wrong.
Light it, for Gilbert's sake.
Hanging lanterns, keep the darkness from your...
Silver platters,
Made from the stoutest stoneware.
Do you think they'll be back soon? I need a new dress.
Light, meat, and dark.
take a sniff, good sir.
Make a fine gift.
Come on.
I'll take it.
I was beginning to think you weren't coming, my lord.
All the silver and stones I could scrape together at such...
You brought the whole 500 talents.
That was the price we agreed upon, yes? If you've no objections, I'd like to...
Of course.
Not bad at all. But what of security? If I were to be stopped on the road, what guarantee have I that it wouldn't be seized as property of the Republic?
Because these crystals are no longer the property of the Republic. You're buying from them.
And we have no more jurisdiction here than you, my lord. But we have ships, and will gladly deliver to a port of your choosing, now that our price has been...
Royalists, eh? What?
Why? To collect their share of Drake's Fang's blessing, of course. Our nations are allies, and so they are entitled to a portion. And being such good friends... And now that these crystals are officially property of the Kingdom of Waloed, we are duty-bound not to interfere.
Did you get all that? They're in cahoots!
So it would seem.
My lord, what is the meaning of this?
Double-crossing dogs. They're not here to do business. Kill them. Kill them both!
It's not over yet, Uncle. Good! I'm just getting warmed up.
Well, that wasn't too bad. How'd you like my performance, huh? I've often played the...
Greybeard, you were magnificent. The battle scene was particular. Such a shame you didn't have more of an audience, but...
How long have you been watching?
Long enough to witness your uncle's sordid transaction. I hardly expected one so venerable to degrade himself so thoroughly. Buying one's way into the confidence of degenerates.
This was the trouble you spoke of. The men of the Rock taking Crystal's men for the common folk and conspiring... Well...
Indeed, the people of Dalamil had scarcely any means of redress against Kupka's men, let alone a foreign arm. Until you two... Well, we'd better get these crystals back to town. You won't mind waiting with them while I fetch a wagon. It occurs to me that I still don't know your name.
Clive.
So, Sid the Second is a... Well, Clive, you held up your end of the... To tell the truth, you've helped a little there too. Many of the guards have already been redeployed to deal with the issue of their missing... And those left behind have been encouraged to look the other way should you attempt to...
Thank you. And please allow me to... you still have the purse I gave to the soldiers, I trust?
Oh.
And my name is not Greybeard. It is Lord Byron...
No. Thank you very much.
Of all the...
Here. Any friend of mine...
Thank you.
And please tell them that...
Umia Lostelan. Tuisa Kelis.
I'm trusting you, Sid. Or should I say, Clive. So be sure not to let me down. I have a reputation to uphold. Well then, I wish you...
Thank you.
Not at all.
Come on, Uncle.
I've never even forged a button. Perhaps Forge Master Luber's having fun at Mike's.
I wouldn't put it past.
Oh, wait, sorry. I'm Sava, soon-to-be former apprentice if I don't pass this test. People are buying up weapons faster than the Briar's Kiss can forge them, and here I am. He wants me to make a carving knife, one that embodies the spirit of... I don't suppose you...
I'm afraid not.
Never mind.
I could give you... I know how busy the Briar's Kiss has been.
I'd be a...
So...
Good question. If I'm honest, I've never made any kind of knife before. And then there's this little riddle to keep in mind. The spirit of Dalamil. Nothing is ever simple with that man.
The way I see it, there's only one way we'll be solving Lubor's puzzle. We need information.
You're right. Now, who to... There's plenty of folk in Dalamil. There's the butcher, of course, and they're bound to have an opinion or two about the tools of their... All right. I'll talk to every...
All right.
Let's hope there's someone.
Trust Lubor to take a simple test and turn it into a riddle. I'd better get to it.
The finest fabrics, fresh from the...
Needed to a silk...
Welcome, sir. Give me a...
Plates and pots! Bowls and basins! Everything I've worked for. Ruined. All those years of...
Are you all right?
The baths are closed. On second thought, perhaps you are just what I need.
That depends on the job.
I'd have you save my business. The baths. The water. I've no doubt that my woes stem, but I'm bound to these baths in more...
All right.
Wonderful. Leave the market by the south gate. The smell of these my...
They've opened the gate!
Lubor was true to his word.
What is it?
Sorry.
Hunter?
I have a
Has to be able to put up with some punishment. Good night.
Thank you. So, a carving knife should be hard-wearing and hold an edge. Hardly a revelation. Let's hope Sava had...
Ah, I'm not too late.
What is it, Lubor?
A question that I neglected. Where is it that you're bound?
To Drake's Fang.
Just then, allow me to share a Drake's Fang is currently rid. Talmeki and Walud are allies, and as you've seen, their soldiers work hand in glove. But no nation has ever before allowed a foreign army to make a barracks of its holiest of holy.
Not by choice.
And there's more. My man on the inside of the Fang has failed to report for several days. I fear there may be more trouble lying in wait for you. If you're determined to beard the lion's den, then promise me one thing. That you will enter via the... I've lost one Cid already. If I lose it...
I don't plan on dying. Not before Kupka does it.
Well, so long as you have a plan.
Drake's Fang should be just beyond these springs. Shall we press on?
Come on, girl, the gate's open now.
What the hell are those?
By the flames. That explains the heat. Out of the frying pan.
Shouldn't have.
Let's cool things down a bit. Let's hope it's enough to keep the baths from boiling.
This is no good.
So, how'd it go? You learn anything useful, or...?
Only that a blade should be durable and...
all too...
No.
No, I have... Right, trouble meanings.
Is that...
a merchant. I bet she'd know a thing or...
The finest fabric!
The most fragrant herbs and spices.
Kneaded to a silken softness.
Made from the stoutest stone. There he is. Won't you, Matt?
I was hoping with the bath.
I'm glad to...
Now.
Not what I...
You tell a fine story. That's not to say I don't believe you, though. Creatures made of flame, eh? But I burdened you with my worries enough already. Right. It's high time I got back to work. With a little luck, the day might yet be salvaged.
Lights and pots!
Light, meat and dark. Fresh from the
Yes, they're quite sought after.
Is it true what I'm hearing?
Come on.
Yeah!
Any luck? Or will you be needing help with your bags?
Well, I asked her, but...
If you're looking to make a knife that will impress a master like Lubor, they're just not that viable. Featherlight adamantite knives will get passed from generation to generation, never needing so much as a lick of the whetstone. But adamantite ore is unique to ash, so doesn't come cheap.
And it's beyond...
Unique to ash. Are there any materials unique to Dalamil? Something which could be mixed with iron to refine it.
What are you getting at?
You said that Lubor trained you to work iron. Then that he would have known that it would either be too heavy or too brittle for a carving knife.
If it's cheap metal you're using, then there's always limestone, I suppose. Folk first settled down and...
Bloody hell! I don't suppose you know the trick, do you?
It's hardly my speciality, but I've been around.
Looks like I've got some learning to do. Clive, I hate to ask after all that you've done.
The limestone? Fine. Besides, I want to know if this is the answer to
You'll have no trouble finding limestone over in the terraces.
Then I suppose I'll meet...
Right you are. So, do you cross your heart?
This is no good. I was hoping to get out of the heat for a little while.
Is it true what I'm hearing?
Take a sniff, good sir.
Kneaded to a silken softness, like eating a cloud.
Plates and pots!
Sweet incense! Wax candle!
We should get going soon. Do you have water?
One rock looks a lot like another. But hopefully this is what Sava needs.
Well, this is no good.
I wasn't sure how much but I hope this isn't...
You and that merc now. That'll do, I reckon. A knife forged from the very rock.
It's a fine-looking blade.
That sounds like my...
I'm sorry, Forge Master.
Let's take a look. First things first, Sava, do you think this is a carving knife worthy of the fine... What do I... It's sharp-ish, but it won't last long, and it's heavy. You might not think it just to hold it for a moment, but sell that to a cook and you'll never hear the end. It looks like someone paid a visit to the terraces. The limestone was a step in the right direction, granted, but... one that still leaves you...
And I was so...
I don't know who you found to teach you that little trick. Next question. How much do you think I would charge if I'd make...
Well, if it took you even a fraction of the time... I would say...
And... the butcher? The hunt. Dalamilla's home to humble traders, not wealthy lords and late. Rule number 1 in any business, Sava. Know your customer.
Yes, Forge Master.
This is... I'd say you're worth keeping around. Starting tomorrow, you'll have an anvil of your own.
I will. What would you do if you were asked to...
I'd do what I always... If it was for the butcher, I'd make sure it holds an edge. For the hunter, I'd make it as tough as Titan. For the cook, light as a feather. And for the nobleman, I'd make it cost an absolute fortune.
There goes a master.
It looks like congratulations are in order.
I couldn't have done it without you. So much for the Forge Master's riddle, though, eh? The spirit of Dalamil had nothing, meaning...
You've passed your test. That's all that matters. You'll have a forge of your own in no time.
And when I do,